My name is Tond, and I want to tell you what I saw. This happened when I was about 13 years old, in my village in Nigeria. It's not a story I like to remember, but sometimes, late at night, I still hear the sounds. Our village was peaceful most of the time. People farmed, traded, and told stories in the evenings. But under that peace, there were tensions. Two families, Mama Kemi's and Baba Adisa's, had been fighting for years. It started over farmland, then it became about everything: whose chickens crossed whose yard, whose children started fights at school, who had the stronger juju magic. Everyone knew both families had powerful witches, but people pretended not to see. One day, a boy from Mama Kemi's family fell sick. He was healthy in the morning, playing football with us, but by sunset, he couldn't walk or speak. His body was burning hot, but he said he felt cold. Mama Kemi screamed in the village square that Baba Adisa's family had cursed her grandson. She swore she'd deal with them. That night, I couldn't sleep. The air felt strange, heavy, like before a storm. My grandmother told me not to worry, but I saw her sprinkle salt around the house and place her charms by the door. Stay inside, she warned. Just before midnight, I heard drums. They weren't from any celebration or ceremony I knew. The beats were slow, sharp, and seemed to come from all directions. I looked out the window and saw small fires lighting up the edges of the village. People whispered that Mama Kemi's and Baba Adisa's witches were preparing for war. Then the screams started. I peeked through the cracks in the wall. I saw figures moving in the darkness. They didn't walk like normal people. They floated, or sometimes crawled, but too fast. I saw a woman I didn't recognize standing in the middle of the road. Her arms stretched out, longer than any human arms should be, and her fingers were like claws. She turned her head sharply, as if she saw me, and I ducked down, my heart pounding. The sky turned red, and the wind picked up. It wasn't a normal wind, it carried voices, whispering, laughing, crying. The sound made my skin crawl. I heard Baba Adisa's voice booming from somewhere far away, shouting words I didn't understand. Then Mama Kemi's voice answered, high-pitched and angry. The ground started shaking. People who were brave enough to step outside said they saw animals, huge black dogs with glowing eyes, snakes as thick as tree trunks, and birds with feathers made of fire. None of it made sense, but it was real. My grandmother pulled me close and covered my ears, whispering prayers under her breath. By dawn, it was over. The sky went back to normal, and the strange animals disappeared. But the village was not the same. Baba Adisa's house had collapsed into a pile of ash. Nobody found his body. Mama Kemi's family lost 3 people that night, including her grandson. The elders called a meeting, but no one dared to speak openly about what happened. They just agreed to never let the families fight again. To this day, if you visit our village, you'll see that the land between the two families' homes is empty, no trees, no grass, nothing. People say it's cursed ground. I don't know if it was witches, spirits, or something else. But I know what I saw. And I know I'll never forget the sound of those drums.